Hey, what's up, Doom Preppers? I'm back! I think. I don't know, I just felt like coming back. I am back with a new week's worth of comics to talk about, and as always, please consider liking, subscribing to The Real Manos. You can follow me on Twitter and support this channel and Manos Publishing at Patreon for just $1 a month. Not to mention, you can buy my comic Red Knight over at Manos Publishing in print and digital. So hey, let's get cracking on other books. What have we got? What did I pick up this week? I picked up 5 Marvel books, and they're Captain Marvel 32, The Avengers 48, Dark Ages number 1, Sinister War number 4, and Demon Days Cursed Web number 1. Although I think this is the 3rd issue in this series. They're calling them each number 1s. Hey, Marvel, you know your number 1s, don't you? So let's get started with Captain Marvel, number 32, or the legacy number is 166. So hey, who's doing this here? It's Kelly Thompson, and there's a different artist on this one. It's Sergio Davila, and I really enjoyed this. This is kind of a action mystery issue because, hey, remember when Vox Supreme forced Carol to put on this suit and attack the other Avengers? Well, someone put on that suit and attacked her, and what I like is Carol's narration going through this whole thing. Like, she instantly goes, well, this is obviously someone probably being forced to fight me, so she's not actually like fighting at full force, and while she's fighting, she's kind of holding back and trying to figure out like who the hell this could be and what's going on. Like, this story gives you nothing. Like, she's just attacked by this mysterious stranger in the evil Captain Marvel suit, so she's able to defeat that thing, or I should say person. It's a woman in the suit, and is able to get it back to Tony Stark, and lo and behold, it's one of the previous Captain Marvels. This is, I don't remember her name, but she is, I think one of the daughters, one of the kids of the original Captain Marvel. Hey, fun fact, Carol is the 7th Captain Marvel. There have been a bunch. After they pushed out Monica from the name, they tried and tried and tried to get that going again with multiple failures until Carol came along. So now she's kind of figuring out with Tony, like, hey, okay, somebody put the suit on an old Captain Marvel. Maybe, they're attacking the other Marvels, so she's racing to Kamala, who is already being subjugated by this kind of, like, group of them, which I imagine, probably this female one, it's probably Monica. And we got probably a couple of sons of Captain Marvel. I think Marvel Boy and the Peter David Captain Marvel, I probably think, is in here. So someone's doing a Borg thing with the Captain Marvels. Very cool opening to this story arc, The Last of the Marvels. Enjoyed this a lot. The art by Sergio Davila? Is it Davila? Excuse me. Let's see. Davila, I think it is. Very nice art. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Mark Bagley's work, if you need any reference. Very good. I really enjoyed this one. 5 out of 5 Ram Chips. Let's go to the Avengers. Speaking of people being brainwashed, the She-Hulk. Yeah, that's She-Hulk. She's been kidnapped by the Winter Guard from Russia for her alleged crimes against the country. And instead of prisoning her for life or killing her, they decide, hey, let's make her one of us. So they turn her into this giant red combination of Veronica Lake and Dolph Lundgren, and she is completely under their control. This, by the way, is from Jason Aaron and Javier Garn. Oh, yeah, I like Javier's work. Okay. Her first thing is to grab Gorilla Man, who, by the way, betrayed her by turning her over to the Winter Guard. There's this very cool sequence where she kidnaps him. She uses this gamma breath thing, which is really cool. We get a little backstory on her brainwashing, and this epic scene ends and transfers into Blade and Black Panther conversing. Very cool, by the way. And we check in with Thor, and then we go back to these two in a rowboat. This is the best panel I have seen all month. I love this panel. It's hilarious. This giant muscle-bound woman and an ape rowing in this tiny, dinky rowboat. It's fantastic. This is worth the $5 right here. But hey, there's more. Where the mission they center on, brainwash Jennifer, is to go destroy Atlantis and take out Namor. And then Gorilla Man goes kind of, I guess, to stop. He's starting to feel guilty about this. Like, oh, I don't know. I feel like I'm partly responsible for turning you into the Winter Guard like that and letting them into the base. Really good stuff. I like this. 4 out of 5 Ram chips. This week we got news of a new She-Hulk book coming out. So I actually picked this up because it's a She-Hulk centered story arc, because she's kind of been in the background lately, and I haven't been reading Avengers, so I came back with this story arc. So I'm very excited to see where they go with this. All right, 4 out of 5. Now we're going on to the Dark Ages with Tom Taylor, and who's the artist on this? Ivan Cello. I've never heard of that artist, but that artist is quite good. And I had no idea what this was. I wanted to check it out because Tom Taylor is a really good writer, and I haven't really gotten into anything he's done. So I decided to check out this event because it had, like, you know, it's focusing on some characters, you know, Spider-Man and Invisible Woman, it's some of the X-Men characters. And it's promising to kind of, like, visit a whole bunch of different characters, and it is an alternate universe, end of the world story, which, I'm going to be honest with you, is not my favorite thing. Matter of fact, I'm kind of bored of those. It's good. The art's fantastic. Nice characterization. It's really nicely paced. The scenes with Peter and Mary Jane's baby, who saves their lives, is really good. It's got a nice, like, cliffhanger as to where we go from here, but these are stories that I do not care for. Yeah, I don't care if it's very well done. It's not my thing. It's one of those things like, oh, how you have to love it. Like, no, I don't like this type of story. I don't care if it's the best version of it. It's not my thing. So yeah, it's good. It's well done, but I'm actually gonna not pick up the rest of the series. Very good. It's 3 out of 5 Ram chips. If you like Tom Taylor, or if you never get sick of alternate reality, end of the world stories, that's a good one. You should pick it up. All right. Hey, let's go back to Sinister War, number 4. And this is Nick Spencer, and he's getting assisted with Ed Brisson. And this is a bunch of artists. This is Mark Bagley, Dios Neves, and Marcelo Ferreira. And, oh boy, man, everybody's fighting everybody. Of course, let's see. Where are we going for here? Let's see, the Sinister Six and the Savage Six and the Syndicate have all been, like, launched at each other to kill Spider-Man to avoid going into hell. And, of course, this is, you know, all started by Kindred. Of course, this has been his big plan, to get all these characters into one place to kill Spider-Man and make him really suffer. So Spidey's fighting all these groups of characters and getting them to fight each other, and, like, so on and so forth. And what's great is during this whole mess, he's trying to, like, get through to Dr. Octavius, Doc Ock, who has had, over the last few years, kind of a story arc of, like, discovering that maybe he's not such a terrible person after all. And he's like, you know, come on, man, you can't go back on this whole path you've taken. And, you know, he's been trying to plead with him. And boom, he figures out a way to turn off the way that Kindred was controlling everybody, because Kindred was using those little centipede bugs in everybody's brains to, like, force them to do what he wanted them to do. And Doc Ock, being arguably the best Spider-Man villain, figures it out and ends the battle. And he tells Spidey, like, hey, look, I didn't do it for you. Did it for me. I didn't want to be part of this. And I will not have people pull my strings. You know, kind of typical Doc Ock stuff. So we're kind of, like, building up into, like, the big conclusion. And as usual with the Nick Spencer Spider-Man stuff, what feels like it should be the conclusion just continues off into the next story, which is cool and annoying at the same time. I'm going to give this 4 out of 5 Ram Chips. Really nice action-packed storyline, and also didn't need to be a separate miniseries. This could have been within the regular book. I'm going to talk about Nick Spencer's run on Spider-Man once it's all done. We're a few issues away from wrapping it up. So I want to kind of finish up reading it before I really make a big discussion about it. So hey, 4 out of 5 Ram Chips. And lastly, we're going to get to Peach Momoko's Demon Days. This is Cursed Web, and even though it's marked as number 1, it's continuing on the Yoshida saga, part 2. Marvel, you need to go back to the drawing board as far as numbering things. But this is gorgeous. This is continuing. Let's see. This is continuing. Mariko's storyline, and it actually connects with the first issue that actually did not have her in it, where she's accosted by demons who kind of look like Mystique and Sabretooth, and they're defended by that dog thing that's kind of like Wolverine, or it's called Logan and stuff like that. The art is just gorgeous. Good lord, I mean, just every page is this. And this is a pretty engaging story. Even if it wasn't, this art just carries it so magnificently. I absolutely love it. I love the watercoloring. I don't know if it's watercolor, but the washed out colors are just dazzling. I absolutely dig it. As we go through her journey, and it's very much obviously not within Marvel canon, which, I'm fine with stories being out of canon as long as they're different. Like I mentioned with Dark Ages, like I've seen the end of the world in superhero books a few times. Them being equated to like Japanese folklore, haven't seen that too much. So I'm kind of keeping up with this, and also the art is just stunning. I think I might pick up anything Peach does, because I'm just absolutely in love with her work. This is 5 out of 5 Ram Chips. So, hey, did you pick up these books? What did you think of them? Let me know in the comments below. Is there anything I should be reading? Just let me know. And also, I just finished up the newest Kickstarter for Red Knight 6, and it's the most successful Red Knight Kickstarter I've had thus far, and I'm very excited about that. And I can't wait to get that issue out for you. And also, if you didn't back the comic, you'll be able to buy it soon, and I'll let you know when that is. So hey, I think I'm probably back, so I don't know, I just decided to just start making videos, and if the algorithm doesn't care, whatever. So hey, support me and my books and stuff, and I'll do my best to make it entertaining. Alright, push the button, Lindsay.